Hi, so we're back for the second part and the final part of our 1960s baby doll look. And what I'm going to do is, you can see I've gotten one eye done for you. I've used two different products on the eyes. First is this Kryolan kind of cream sheen. I love this palette. They sell it at Alcona in New York. They sell it in a lot of different places, but it gives you these really beautiful colors and you can just apply them with your finger. And the pigment is really, really beautiful. And I put it on and I decided I wanted a little more blue on the eyes. So then I went over with this pop kind of turquoise color on top of it, and the two worked really, really beautifully together. So let me go ahead and just take a little bit of this light blue here. Just put a little bit on my hand. I'm going to put these down. And just with my ring finger, I work a lot with my ring finger. We're going to come in, close your eyes, and just dab this onto the center of the eyelid. Now what we're kind of aiming to do here with the eyeshadow is get a little bit of a rounded look here. So I would suggest starting in the center of the eyelid, just like that, with this just under your arch of your eyebrow being the highest point of the shadow, and then blending it in both directions, kind of down a little bit. It shouldn't come up like we do a smoky eye now. It should actually go high here and then fall down on the outer corners and the inner corners. Okay, so once you've got the eyeshadow set, let's come in and do our second series on this, or our second step on this. And I'm going to take a sponge applicator, put it in this turquoise eyeshadow, and then go ahead and always make sure to kind of work it into your brush. I see this all the time, people going from palette directly to face, and it's one of my biggest, it's one of the worst things you could do as a makeup artist, because what happens is it ends up looking really messy, it ends up all over the face, and when you apply it onto the eyelids, it gets a little bit cakey looking in different areas because it's not applied evenly. So let's go ahead and blend that out with our finger. Put a little bit more on. And now open your eyes up. There we go. Let's take this blue eyeshadow off of her chin. And now let's come in with a something that was huge, huge in the 70s. Everybody had their baby blue eyeliner. And we're gonna come in and go into the waterline, so look up. Really, really get it into the waterline, kind of mushing it into the eyelashes. Let's see. Look up. We'll kind of connect a little bit on the top here, and a little bit on the outer corner. I always like to give a little dab extra color on the outer corner and in the inner corner. And now we're gonna come in for the eyelashes. And again, the eyelashes in the 70s were huge. Look up. There really wasn't a whole lot of blending or declumping of the eyelashes back then. It was all about having some clumpy, clumpy eyelashes. So if you can see that one, I put about 3 or 4 different layers of mascara on in order to be able to get that look. Look down, and then again on the top. Look down again, there you go. Okay, let me see. Perfect. What I'm gonna do is, I'm making a little bit of a mess. I'm gonna come in and clean up this blue eyeshadow that's on her face, and then I'll come back, let that mascara dry for a second. I'll come back in and do another layer. We'll clean up and then we'll add the lipstick, which is last. What I do is, I love the Maybelline Great Lash. This was huge in the 70s and it's still big now. I like to start with something like this because the wand is a little bit smaller and you can get in there. And then once I've gotten the base of the mascara on, I like to come in with something that's a little bit thicker. Look up. Just hit the ends of the lashes. You don't even need to get to the base at this point because we really just want to create that kind of clumpy look. Look down, and we'll do it the same on the top. What I do in order to get, look up, a little more clumpiness, look down now, sorry, is just hit with my brush this way and kind of try to clump them a little bit together like that. And I think that works really well. This can get really messy. You obviously can see we've got mascara under the eyes and things. That's nothing that I'm gonna worry about too much. At the end we'll come in right now with the Q-tip. And have your model just look straight, because what happens is you don't want them to look up, because then what's gonna happen is the wet mascara is gonna get stuck onto the upper lid. So let's clean this. And just with them looking straight, we'll come in and clean up this top lid here. I'm going to come back with the brush that I used for my concealer and for my foundation. Look up, hit those areas around the eye one more time. I don't add any more makeup onto it, I just kind of take the little bit of excess that's already on there. And now I just want to look straight into the camera, and I just want to come in and add a little bit more baby blue eyeliner in the corner there, and give it a smudge. And that's your 70s eye look. I think it looks really, really, really pretty authentic. I like to do vintage or retro looks. I like to do them, but I like to upgrade them and modernize them a little bit. It's a huge part of being a makeup artist. It's really important, everybody, to know your eras and to know your movie stars and to know your makeup and hair looks, because I find that a lot of people just don't know it. So, you know, when I'm on set a lot and someone comes in and says, you know, we want to do a 1960s look or a 1970s look, I have to know what that look is. I have to know the products that were used. I have to know the colors that were used. And so it's really, really important to go back and look at some of your older films and things like that. The finale to this was, you know, the pink lipstick. In the 60s and the 70s, lips started to get a little bit lighter than they were in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. We were really into the red then, but then we kind of started back with our pink. And, you know, I'm going to use a little bit of a matte, but they use matte lip colors, or they also use lip glosses as well. So I wanted to pick this MAC color. This is called Pink Plaid, because I think it's the perfect color. Smile, there you go. And I just have the model smile, and I just put a little bit in the center of the lip right like that. It's not about globbing the color on. Smack your lips together. Good. And stretch it one more time. There you go. So let's finish a little bit here. One more time, lips together. And then I'm going to come over this with the pale, pale baby pink lip gloss. My favorite, which they don't make anymore, I don't believe, is the Lady Gaga, the MAC. I'll take a little bit of that onto my brush and just dab that in the center of the mouth. Smack it together. There you go. That's the look. I think she looks really, really cute. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna do our hair video. I've already prepped her hair a little bit. We're gonna do the hairstyle so we get the whole look together, and then we can really take a look at what everything looks like when you put the hair and the makeup together.